welcome back to Afternoon Live. There's a live look from our Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera out in Lincoln City. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you talked with a therapist? Taking care of your mental health is a vital component of staying sane during this pandemic and now civil unrest. But many people feel skeptical about meeting with their therapist for online therapy sessions. Here to share the myths and the tips to get the most out of this time, we welcome back licensed psychotherapist Megan Megginson. Megan, it's been so long.
Yes, it's great to see you. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. It's great for you to be here because this is a time when we probably need more mental health checks than ever.
Absolutely.
Than ever. But I have a question. Are people really avoiding mental health care treatment, and even couples for that matter, because they don't want to do an online therapy session?
That's right. We are really experiencing a lot of resistance right now from people who are calling and they're saying, hey, I'm really struggling. My relationship's really struggling, but I don't want to do online therapy, so I'll just wait until you're in person again. But the thing is, Trey, we're not going back to in-person therapy anytime soon. Right. Online therapy is here to stay. So I really want to help people feel a little more comfortable, edging into the waters of doing mental health care via the internet.
Got you. No, it makes total sense. But why are the people saying that they don't want to do online counseling or therapy? What are the reasons?
Yeah. So the first reason I hear is that people are afraid it will be too impersonal, right? They've really gotten used to the warmth and the vulnerability of being in person in a small room with another provider. So they're afraid that doing therapy, like you and I are chatting with each other right now, won't feel as personal. But the truth is that it is incredibly personal. If you have a good therapist, they can do good therapy with you online or in person. And in fact, it can even feel a little more personal than usual because your therapist is seeing you in your own home.
Oh, that's a key. That's something I didn't even think about. In your own environment, people do behave and talk differently in another space as opposed to their own space. So that's a good one.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. What are some of the other reasons that you're hearing people don't want to do it?
The next one, which makes a ton of sense, is that people are a little nervous about technology, both feeling like it's going to be difficult to use, but also worrying about security and confidentiality. So to speak to the technical aspect, I can reassure you that online therapy is very easy. All you have to do is click a link that your therapist sees, your therapist sends to you via email, and then poof, like your therapist just appears on your screen. They can see you. It's very easy, very intuitive. So if you're afraid of the technology aspect, don't worry too much about that. It's very manageable. And the security piece, the fact is that good therapists are going to use good technology to do therapy with you online, which means they're using HIPAA compliant online teletherapy platforms.
Okay.
And that HIPAA compliant piece is what can really give you comfort that your connection and your online therapy session is secure.
Well, that's a good one, though, because, you read about like the Zooms getting hacked and all of a sudden somebody's in there, and that's the last thing you want to do in a confidential space.
That's right. That's right. So ask your therapist before you start online therapy, hey, do you use a HIPAA compliant telehealth platform? If they say yes, great, you're covered. If they say no, you just need to think about how comfortable you are, doing your therapy in a way that, could be compromised.
Got you. Got you. Are there any other reasons that people have given you as to why they don't want to do online telehealth?
Yeah, so the last myth about online therapy that I hear all the time is that it doesn't work for couples. And I just have to say, this is just false. I have been practicing online therapy with couples for over 5 years, and it can be incredibly effective. In fact, I have multiple couples right now who are doing therapy with me from their car. They get a babysitter to come in and take care of the kids for an hour while they have therapy. And they go out to their car, put their phone on their dash, and we do therapy from their car. And it is just as effective as the therapy they do when they come into the office. So rest assured, if your relationship is struggling, online couples work don't avoid it. It can help you get through this really challenging time.
Okay, yeah, it's necessary, and there are ways to utilize the resources. And speaking of resources, I understand you have 3 self-help resources for those who cannot access online support. Can you give those to us quickly?
Yep, absolutely. So if you don't have the ability to do online therapy, please don't neglect your mental health. So I have 3 book recommendations. I'll flash them for you real quick in the camera.
Okay.
And 3 books to help with the struggles I'm hearing about most frequently in my office. So the first book, don't be offended by the title. It's called Emotionally Focused Couples Therapy for Dummies. It's, part of this, yellow and black dummy series books that you see all of the time. This is my favorite step-by-step guide. Couples can do this from home, and your relationship, if you do this, will improve dramatically. So This is a really great resource.
Like that.
My next resource is great if you're struggling with anxiety or depression. This is a book about mindful self-compassion. So it's called Self-Compassion by Kristin Neff. This is a really great way to work with yourself at home if you're struggling with really hard emotions.
Okay, and then number 3, last but not least.
Number 3 is all about parenting, because people are really struggling with this new reality of homeschooling and being with their kids all the time. So this is my favorite parenting book. It's called Parenting from the Inside Out. This is a book that really helps you look at yourself and do some internal work that you then use as a parent with your kids. This author, Daniel Siegel, he also has lots of great books about parenting, child development. So this is a good place to start. Lots of helpful resources here.
Thank you so much, Megan. This is all great stuff. Lots of tools to help people get through rough patches. Appreciate you very much.
You are welcome. I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. All right, so we are going to have more information about Megan and those resources on our website at KATU.com. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Thank you, Megan.